Hey plant fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jaclynn. This is my jungle, and if you're not new here, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate you for still being here. So today I wanted to hang out and talk to you guys about all of my favorite plants for the month of January. Here comes the part where I tell you, OMG, can't believe January's already over, but literally, like, I blinked and it's February. So I had to sit down and be like, which plants have I been staring at and loving this past month? So even though I did get a couple of new things in the last week or so that I love, it doesn't feel fair to put them on the list for January favorites when I acquired them like later in the month. So you might see those ones next month. But I have actually 7 plants today because I tried to just choose 5 and I had a hard time. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've been struggling just a little bit mentally, having like not the easiest time. If you're newer here, then you wouldn't know, but like it's a thing. We struggle around here. I mean, don't we all every once in a while with our mental health? I definitely suffer from like anxiety, depression, things along those lines. I have ADHD, which is a dopamine deficiency in my brain. So sometimes we just get into sad girl vibes. But one of the things that makes me happy when I'm in that headspace, and even when I'm not in that headspace, obviously, but especially when you're in a bad spot, my plants just really bring me a lot of joy. And I find myself just sitting in here kind of staring at them. And it was pretty easy to pick the ones that I was really hyper fixated on this month because I've been staring at them extra, and it's really hard not to put like every single new Anthurium emergent leaf on this list. I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a lot of them going on in here. There's tons of growth, lots of blooms happening, but I did just narrow it down to a few Anthurium and then obviously some others. So without further ado, let's get into the list today. These are in no particular order. They're just in the order in which I happened to write them down. So I'm going to start with the Anthurium. I have 3 of them today for my list. And the first one is one that I can't remember who I purchased it from, but it does originally come from Caretaker. And if you guys remember, I did import some stuff with them not long ago, and they came so good. And I'm starting to realize that like I think their Anthuriums are just like really, really nice. And I snagged this guy as a little seedling and I've been growing him out, and he kind of gave me issues for a while, but recently threw out this leaf that I have not been able to stop staring at. So this is my Anthurium Fort Sherman crossed with Pap X1. I got it on Palm Street. I just don't remember who I purchased it from. You can kind of see the tag here, Caretaker. And I'm just like obsessed with this leaf. It gives a whole new meaning to daggery leaf for me. And it's starting to harden off, but when it was still emerging, it was like this burgundy color. You can kind of see this new one over here it's working on. It is time for an up pot for sure on this one. I'm going to wait until it's done working on this new leaf here so that I don't accidentally damage it, and then I will repot her into something bigger, and this is just going to continue to grow exponentially. So this is a seedling, like I said, that I kind of struggled with, but I think it was just because I wasn't watering it enough. I started watering it more frequently, and it has been growing like crazy for me. Look at her. Ah, stunning. Why do you do that? Stop going overexposed. Let me try and maybe close the window. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. You girls been trying to figure out a better lighting situation for you guys so that we can see the plants better and see their colors and their details without the light getting overexposed. Looks like we figured it out. Looks like it's just the sun coming in was just like too strong. So number 1 on my list is this Fort Sherman crossed with Pap X1. from Cartel. See this little cutie. Oh, upside down. For Sherman, which is just a pap. So it's a pure pap. This was my first pure pap, actually. She was not cheap, even just as a little baby seedling, as you can see. And I'm obsessed with this leaf shape. So that is number 1 on my list. Number 2 on my list of favorites for January is another little Anthurium baby. This one's coming from Fontanimal Plant House. I also got this one off of Palm Street. If you guys aren't on Palm Street yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. You should go and check it out. Maybe don't order in the winter time. It's kind of been cold, but come springtime, you guys should definitely hop on the app and check it out. So this is my forgetii crossed with Carla. She's so pretty. She gave me this new leaf, which is huge. Definitely going to up pot her. She's on my list of things to up pot, maybe later today or this weekend when I get around to it. I do have family visiting this weekend though, so who knows? But I am just totally obsessed with her. I feel like you can see both parents really well in this plant. You can actually see my forgetii right here. See how nice and round she is, and then Carla is just known for her really dark leaves and her striking veins. I do have one also from Fontanimal over there. I just didn't bring it over here, but number 2 on my list today is this forgetii Carla cross. Absolutely stunning, and I'm just kind of obsessed with her. So there's that, number 2 on my list today. So let me know if you guys want to do some repotting together. I have a ton of Hoya that I'm going to repot in a video with you guys, but let me know if you want to do, like, I don't know, like a live stream or something along those lines, and we can just do a bunch of random repot. I repot stuff pretty much every single day. I sit down and repot a couple of plants. There's always something that needs to be repotted. Trust me, girl. Okay, number 3 on my list, and the last Anthurium for today, is this cutie little Anthurium besserae AFF. This is one of many that I have from Ecuagenera, and I'm just obsessed. Please don't go overexposed like that. I just, you guys, maybe it's just my camera settings. I keep trying to change them, but nothing seems to work. So here you go. This is the besserae AFF. I got this one from Ecuagenera, and the new leaf on here is just, I gasped when I saw her. She's just so dark and so beautiful, and I'm just so totally obsessed with her. Wish that the camera would do her a little bit better justice, but we're working on it. We're trying to figure it out. So look at her. She's so pretty. Besserae AFF. I have many of these. They are a little bit on the finicky side, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I have found that growing them from babies and growing them out has been easier for me than buying them large and trying to acclimate them to my space. So I do recommend buying these as a seedling if you can. The thing I really love about this one is the red petioles. And she does maintain a little bit of her red in the sinus there. So I'm hoping that this is just going to be a really beautiful besserae for me to breed with in the future. She's super duper cute. And she's number 3. Okay, fam, so number 4 might actually surprise you just a little bit because I have like a love-hate relationship with Philodendron, but this one I recently repotted and it gave me a new leaf, and it's just been catching my eye lately. And I did do a whole like video about this one. If you missed it, I can link it for you. And this is my Philodendron green Congo nuclear, and I just put out this new leaf right here. You can see with all this yellow on it, and I'm just obsessed with her. I think she's so pretty, and like I said, I just recently repotted her, so I was hoping that she was going to take off and get nice and big for me. I think this plant is super underrated. I don't really see people talk about it much. I don't really see people sell it that much either. She's super easygoing, super easy growing, and I have just really been enjoying having her in my collection because look at the beautiful colors on that leaf. So philodendron do kind of piss me off. Don't worry, we're gonna do like a whole video. Obviously, why wouldn't I want to sit down and talk to you about all the reasons why I hate philodendron? But this one I like. She's really pretty, and she made the cut for philodendron that get to stay in my collection. So what number are we on? 4 on my list is the philodendron Green Congo Nuclear. Let me know if you have this one in your collection, because I just feel like there's not a lot of people that have her. And she wasn't super cheap. She's still not super cheap. I'm not sure. I guess maybe it hasn't been like tissue cultured yet, but I'm sure once they do manage to tissue culture her though, that you're going to see her everywhere. This is the exact type of plant that I feel like mass producers like Costa Farms and Proven Winners and stuff like that would want to grow, because it's pretty compact and the variegation's just really pretty, that you're gonna attract a lot of people who walk past this plant who might not be like avid plant collectors, because the average person who's plant shopping is not like us, you guys. They're just walking through the plant section at Home Depot and they're like, oh, that's cool, that looks pretty, sure, I'll try that in my home, and they don't even know what it is half the time. So this is the kind of plant that I think would appeal to the average person walking through Home Depot, and I wouldn't be surprised if we did see these in the big box stores in the next few years. Okay, so the next 2 on my list are some Hoya, and these are 2 Hoya that I've had in my collection for quite some time. They are 2 of my just like favorites when it comes to species, and the first one here, number 5 on my list, is one that you guys have seen quite a bit on my channel, but it's been a while since I've shown her, and this is my Hoya obscura. I've shown you her variegated sister more recently, but I haven't shown you her. And even though she doesn't give me very much new growth, I do have her in the window there, so she's starting to get a little bit sun stressed, and she gives me one of my favorite blooms. They haven't opened yet and the camera's not doing her justice on the color. I'll try to fix that on the back end, but she is like a peachy pink kind of flower, and I just absolutely love the obscura flower. So it wouldn't be right if I left her off the list today, because I've just been staring at her quite a bit. And I used to have a really big trailing obscura, but unfortunately she got overtaken by thrips, which was weird for me to experience with a Hoya, because it's not really all that common, but it was a very, very difficult to save her, and in the end I ended up just getting rid of her because we moved and it just wasn't worth taking all of that with me. So Hoya obscura is number 5 on my list today because I think she's super underrated. I prefer her to similar hybrids like the Sunrise, and I think the Sunrise is actually a hybrid of obscura and something else, but don't quote me. I did a video about it. I just don't remember off the top of my head. But I do actually prefer the obscura over her more similar cousins like the Sunrise and the Rebecca. She does get the bigger, rounder leaves, and I just think she's cuter in general, and I love her blooms, and I find her to be a little bit easier to grow than the Sunrise. She doesn't sun stress as red as the Sunrise, but she sun stresses beautifully, and I love her. So I'll put her on the list today, and let's hope that she grows. I mean, I can just like hit her with some of this Urban Gardener, you guys, Super Growth Elixir. One of my favorite things on the face of the planet. I'll leave it linked down below. My Hoya love this stuff. All of my plants love this stuff, but Hoya in particular really, really, really love to foliar feed. So one of the ways that I've been able to kickstart some of my more stubborn Hoya that haven't grown is with this stuff. I put it in my water as well when I water my plants. Trust me, you go to the comment section, there's going to be people in the comments also telling you that you need this. Love, love, love my urban gardener stuff. Okay, what's next? Next is number 6, and I have another Hoya that might be kind of unexpected because her sister is one of my favorites, just like period. One of my favorite species, one of my favorite Hoyas, just like period. You can see her right here. But this one, she's just been growing so well for me in the last month. You see all this new growth on her that she's really been catching my eye. And this is my Hoya hoquianae outer variegated. Look at how cute these little leaves are. I'm totally obsessed with the color. I love that it's more of like a green on green, super duper cute. And then as it like matures, they go more of like an elbow marginata. But I just think she's so stinking cute. Look at this one. Ah, look at that little leaf over there. So I feel like the more light you give her, maybe the more variegation you'll get coming into the center of the leaf. But I just love it when they have these little baby leaves. Look at the little baby leaves. Look how stinking cute she is. And she's in one of my favorite little pots. So she's just a cutie. She's a real cutie. I got this one at Gardino Nursery. You can definitely go to their website, but they are also on Palm Street. See the little tag here. And I'm just obsessed with her. I think she's so cute. She's been such a good grower for me. And you can't go wrong with a little Hoya hoquianae. She makes a really cute trailing plant, even if you're not super into Hoya. This is one of those ones that when people come over, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, what is that? That's so cute. So that is why I had to put her at, what, number 6 on the list. Normally I only do 5, but I was like, she's too cute. I got to do 6. And then I was walking around outside of the plant room, and I was like, wait a minute, but I've really been loving this one too. And I feel like it wouldn't be right if I didn't put her on the list. Because how often do I show you guys begonia? You guys, number 7 today is this begonia that I don't know the name of, but I got it from the Plant Ward. It's just some sort of Rex begonia hybrid. And look, it's alive still. I've been managing to keep her alive, and I think she's so cute. She's like goth girl's dreams right here. She's like a purple, burgundy, black color. The backs of her leaves are this more like reddish burgundy color. She's got these cute little like speckled petioles, and I'm just kind of obsessed with her, and I'm really proud of myself for keeping her alive and keeping her doing pretty good. Not just alive, but she's got like some new leaves that she's working on and stuff too. So I had to put her on the list because I really love her. I think she's a super cute begonia. I've been getting into begonia lately. I bought her to put her into like a bioactive enclosure for my geckos, but I haven't gotten around to upgrading them yet. We've been kind of focused on other things and taking care of other stuff. But I definitely want to do that this year, obviously. It's on my list of things to get done. And I got some of these begonias and different jewel orchids and stuff to go into those bioactive terrariums for my geckos. So I didn't think I'd actually really be able to keep this alive, though. I'm not going to lie. I have a couple more that I accidentally killed. So as long as I remember to water these regularly, like, they're fine. I don't think that they're as complicated as people make them out to be. I think that they're just thirsty. So you just gotta water them. But they're not so thirsty that I have to keep them in self-watering pots. It's not like alocasia or maranta or calathea. For whatever reason, if I don't keep them in self-watering pots, they die, even if I water them regularly. But begonia seem to be a little bit easier than that. So if I was going to rank the most thirsty plants, I definitely wouldn't put begonia at the top of that list, but they are somewhere kind of in the middle. So I feel like they're kind of a happy in between. And that's it for my list today, you guys. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite. Are you an Anthurium girly? Look at these. Oh, they're so good. Can you tell that I have like a type? I don't know. Or maybe you're a Hoya girly. a philodendron freak maybe. Or you might be that begonia. Anyway, let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite from my list. Which are your favorites for the month of January? Have you gotten anything new that you're excited about? Definitely share with me down below. You should also give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. If you watched this whole entire video, leave me unicorn emojis in honor of my seltzer. I buy these like seltzers that I think they're for kids, but they're the kind of the perfect size for me because they're mini and I have ADHD, like I said in the beginning of this video. So I have a bad habit of opening a drink and then putting it down and not finishing it. So the smaller one is less wasteful. Leave me unicorn and rainbow emojis if you watched this whole entire video in honor of my ADHD, and I love you so very much, and I hope I see you in the next one, okay?